Today we'll be discussing unrealistic expectations. I was like this before you got married. Why are you expecting me to change? Let's watch this clip, y'all.
Ronald.
Yeah, what's up?
When are you gonna stop with these video games you've been playing all day?
Almost at the next level, y'all. Hold on a few minutes. I got it.
Ronald, I'm really tired of this. How about trying to get to the next level in our relationship? This is
What do you mean?
ridiculous.
What do you mean?
This is ridiculous. You sit here and play video games every day, just about all day. It makes no sense to me. This has gotta stop.
Nah, I got killed.
Okay, that's a good thing. Now we can spend some time together. Quality time.
We are spending time together, Charlie. You right here, I'm playing a video game. What's wrong with that?
Quality time together, Ron. Doing things we want to do together. I sit here playing video games every day. I'm sick of this.
Why is it a problem now? You know, since day one, I've been playing video games.
Because we're married now.
What marriage got to do with it?
A lot. We're supposed to be working on our relationship and what we want to do for us, for our future. Not sitting here day in and day out playing video games.
You always nagging folks, man. Come on. Can a brother play a video game without his wife nagging at him?
I really expected more from you. Not this.
This is really bad, Charlie. What you telling me? I can't play video games.
Yeah, I think you should just stop with all of this. This is ridiculous.
So you expect for me to stop playing video games?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Can a brother play a video game, man? Come on, man. What's going on?
No.
I just wanted to play my video games.
Playing them too much.
Why women don't like video games?
Some women like video games. This woman
don't seem
don't
like
care
that.
for it too much.
Seems like everybody I meet that like video games is a man.
Yeah, I think anything you do, if you just overdo it and excess, it presents a problem.
Right, but what I'm trying to understand, if I was playing the video game before we got married, why are you expecting me to do something different after we get married?
It was cute at that point.
It was cute at that point. We have those expectations that, okay, when I put the wedding ring on, things are going to change.
Mm-hmm. We do.
Why? This is who you married.
I don't think we fully see it that way.
So we got our eyes open.
Yeah. You might.
Open your eyes. And it does seem to be more of women looking at it like that than men.
What do you mean?
Seem like generally speaking, women look for more of the change versus the man looking for the change.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, during our counseling, we rarely get any man that said, hey, after I got married, I was expecting for the change, and she didn't. We normally get that from women.
So what I'm hearing is some men probably showed their representative in the beginning.
No, we show who we are. You just think that when
we just failed to see it?
No, we show who we are, like in the clip, right?
Mm-hmm. That's different.
You knew I played video games. Yeah. I showed you that.
Okay.
You still married me, and then after we get married, you expecting for that to change. I didn't show you a representative. You saw that.
In this clip, okay.
Right. And this is what we're talking about.
It may have gotten to be excessive. You just doing it too much, Now it's every day and coming home from work and that's where you are. And,
right, but we illustrating that was what I was before you married me, and I'm still that way. And now it's an unrealistic expectation for you to think that it's going to change when that's who you married.
Yeah. Now we're in a household. Now I'm really seeing the problem it's presenting.
And what problem is it? Is it presenting that it wasn't presented before you got married?
We're not working on us. We're not spending that time. I need you in there.
Then why did you marry me?
You know what?
If that was your problem before we got married, maybe you saw the problem before you get married, so you don't get married and then have the same problem.
This is true.
That's
I do
right.
feel that way. But I think for some people, we just, you know what? I
Caught
think
up in the moment.
Yeah, and I also think
love will conquer everything.
There's a hope.
There's a hope that he's going to change.
Mm-hmm. There's a hope that something.
That's the wrong platform.
There's a hope that something would change. There's also a hope that something will develop in the person.
Because he don't put on this wedding ring. He's mine now, y'all. I'm going to change him. He's going to be something else once we get married. No, he's still playing video games.
Among other things, yeah. So when we're looking at unrealistic expectations and we're defining it in a relationship, it's really like it's expecting someone to be or something that they didn't do to now exist. Or something like you were saying, like we just said in the clip that they were doing prior to the relationship. We're hoping that it will change.
Once I put it in the wedding ring, things going to change. And that's an unrealistic expectation.
An unrealistic expectation.
And now it does not mean they won't change.
Right.
The change occur based on the individual, not based on your desire. That's right. I have to want to change. Yeah. If I want to start playing video games, it has to be something I want to do and not because you want me to do it. Because when you want me to do it, I may see it as something else, negative. Like I said in the clip, you're nagging me. You know why you nagging me? You know I like to play video games. This is not new. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. I also think that perhaps,
y'all,
as stated before, it now it's a problem. We're here together now. I see where it's
the only problem is you, Charlie. I have no problem playing video games, none at all. I like it. I love it.
Yeah,
that's right. So you only one got the problem. I'm okay. I come home from work, right? Okay. I get home. I play my video game, right? Then I go eat, right? Then we go to bed, right? Then I get up the next day and do it again. I'm okay.
That's ridiculous. All right, let's move on and talk about some other things that could show, such as an example as this, that could be issues as well. You might have married someone who probably didn't show that they were going to be a leader in the marriage.
Okay.
And now I need you to lead up.
Why? I wasn't leading before. Wait a minute. It's going to magically occur when the wedding ring is put on my finger.
Right.
Oops. He's a leader now, y'all.
Or, you may need someone to be more assertive, need to be more of an extrovert.
How is put on a wedding ring going to do that?
Or, how about this one? Now I got an issue with your physical appearance.
Wait a minute, y'all.
I want things to be bigger or smaller.
Wait a minute. You got to stop. What do you want to be bigger? Let's get this right, y'all, because I'm hearing some things.
The man looking at the woman cosmetically, that's my indication there. Now you want your wife to...
I want to think. Things was smaller in the beginning. Now I want them bigger. What is really going on?
Or how about this one? I expect happiness. I expect you to make me happy. Now that we're married,
Ain't you happy watching me play the video game? That's happy right there.
Absolutely not.
I'm happy. Why can't you be happy?
Yeah. You expect all your needs to now be fulfilled, now to be met. These are some unrealistic expectations.
That's right, because ultimately, no one can make you happy. Happy is what you have on the inside for yourself.
Right, definitely.
That's right.
Definitely.
It starts with self. Because if you sitting around waiting on someone to make you happy, then they can control. I can't get this out. They can. I can't get that. They control you. The word control didn't want to come out.
Right.
But they control your happiness, and you don't want anyone controlling you. No, you're not.
No. So definitely unrealistic expectations, they do exist. Rather we are caught up in the moment, then being infatuated, thinking that, seeing little sparks and little things that could probably make this work. This could probably work.
once I put the wedding ring on.
Yeah.
See, the wedding signifies a change. That's what it signifies.
Okay. Yes.
In our minds.
Yeah.
But in reality, it does not.
Mm-hmm.
It does not consist of a change like we are thinking.
Mm-hmm.
We change last names, right?
Mm-hmm.
We may change address and live together. But the person does not change.
Right.
They does not.
They don't change. They don't change.
They don't change. And we get caught up with the marriage and the wedding supposed to make all of these changes when it does not.
Okay. Let's talk about some of the problems that can happen due to this unrealistic expectations here. So before I say that, let me go ahead and say the scripture base of what we're looking at here is 1 Corinthians 13:4-7. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, does not boast, it is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It's not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres.
All right.
So
now.
let's keep that in mind, and let's look at some of the issues here. So I think one of the biggest things are we fail to accept our accountability in what we have accepted prior to getting married.
Wow, what's that about?
So now all of a sudden, I want your hair to grow. Okay?
Why are you always talking
Oh,
about
I'm
hair
sorry.
growing?
That was
Man, every time we get on this show, my hair gotta grow.
all right.
Guess what? I'm gonna call DJ Red. He got some hair. DJ Red got some hair.
Yeah. We failed to accept. I accepted you that way.
What way, Charlie? Let's get this right so our viewers can know what you're
With
talking about.
you wanting to have a bald head.
Wait a minute, who said I wanted to have a bald
Your head
head?
is bald.
I choose to shave my head, but I
Okay.
don't necessarily wanted a bald head.
Okay, well, I accepted that was the choice you made, and I thought it was okay. So now I want a full head of hair and a beard and all that great stuff.
You do want a beard, don't you?
Come on, Rock. I want all that stuff. Now it's a problem. But I failed to accept my accountability in the beginning that I accepted you that way.
That is good. That's really good, though. Because you got to hold yourself accountable for it.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
why have that kind of expectation, especially when we said it's really unrealistic?
Right, right.
It's not an expectation that going to manifest in some kind of reality. It's just not going to occur.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but just to let the viewers know, I can grow hair, y'all. I just want to put that out there.
Yes, please.
That's
Yes.
right. I can grow hair. I choose not to.
I choose not to grow hair. Okay, anyway. All right, so
Wait a minute. I said that wrong, man.
I just repeated what you said. I choose not to grow hair. Okay.
I choose not to grow hair. Okay.
It's all about your
Let's
choices.
move on. Let's
All right.
move on, man. Because
So
I'm feeling the same kind of way, y'all.
The next one that kind of falls into accountability also is that we fail to see the person as they were prior to the relationship. Really look at that person, who they are.
Yeah,
like far as the leadership thing.
You know who you're marrying. Now, you're not going to know the person 100%, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you got some things out there that you want out of a man, at least have some kind of indication of feeling that this man is representing what I want. In other words, if I want a man to be a leader, right?
Yeah.
This man should demonstrate that prior to me getting married.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And if he's not demonstrating leadership, and that's what you want, then you might need to make a change.
Right.
You might.
Right.
Okay, because it's gonna be a problem. And then if you expect when the wedding ring come on him to magically become something that you want, and he's not, it's not gonna occur.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely. All right. So the next one is we fail to take into account of that person's past, such as how they were raised, reared, or affected circumstances that they have endured. Now we're raised differently.
We are?
Right.
Okay.
So say for account, like as far as the leadership thing, that the spouse, the husband, was reared in a household where the mom was dominant.
Okay.
And the father was, he was more relaxed.
Are you talking about a mama's boy? Is that what I'm hearing?
And no, not necessarily. And that's what he saw. So he didn't see the empowerment of a man in the home. So then when he gets in his home,
He don't know how to be a man?
Possibly.
Wow.
But I think we fail to look at, how that person interacts. How were they raised? Are their parents still in the home? How they interact with their mom,
Right.
or siblings, and we don't look at that stuff, and it makes a difference in our relationship.
It does, because it'll come up, and I'm just hearing that maybe they need to pass the test of what do you want out of a man before you marry them.
Exactly. Not saying that that's bad, because
Right.
it exists in households. But is that what you want in your household?
How's his relationship with his parents? How's his relationship with his mom, his dad?
Mm-hmm.
How do you interact? What are the things like? How do you handle conflict?
Yep.
How much money he got? His credit, his leadership, and vice versa. It's not just on the man.
Yeah, definitely.
That's right. So, those things that you're looking at and you want out of your spouse, you want to feel good that you know that prior to putting a wedding ring on.
So one of the last points here is we don't want to base expectations on assumptions. And when I say that, I mean that you see the person paying bills or being just doing motherly things or what have you, and just, then they'll fall in line. Then
Right.
she cooked me a good meal. All right, so
One good meal.
Yeah, what? She gonna be in the kitchen 7 days a week? No,
Won't happen, y'all.
no.
Won't
Did that
happen.
happen for you?
No, it
You
did
got one
not.
good-
I'm still kind of upset about that.
You got
Charlie.
one good meal and thought I was gonna be in the kitchen 7 days a week.
I never thought that about
I'm
you.
glad you didn't base.
Never did.
your
Never did.
What?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm glad you didn't base your expectations on assumptions. You didn't assume that.
Well, I wouldn't assume that, because really you weren't doing any cooking anyway, so
There
there
you
was no
go.
assumption about that.
All right, good.
Yes.
All right. With all that being said, now we're here. Now what do we do?
Well, one thing you have to understand that you can't expect the change to occur after you get married. Now, you can discuss it. You can have some hope, However, if that's the person you marry, you cannot expect for them to change.
I can't expect
You
for you
can't.
to change,
Nope.
adjust
Nope.
at any point.
Nope. You can't.
Okay.
Okay, you can hope, have desire, and you can have influence, okay, all those things that help with change, but ultimately that person has to make the change. You can influence change. You can. But oftentimes we don't try to influence change, we try to make someone change.
Right.
And when you try to make someone change, they start resisting that change, and then of course you do not get the change. You got to let them change on their own time. You got to influence them and show the benefits of this change. For example, in the video game, the benefit of you not playing video games is mean we're going to spend more time together, working our relationship, making it better and stuff. We're going to create this emotional intimacy, physical intimacy. We have some conversation and stuff.
Yeah.
You can ask the question, why did you marry me?
Right.
And what do you want out of me when you married me?
Yeah.
And of course, it definitely can't be you sitting on the couch and I'm playing video games. Then we didn't need to get married for that.
Right.
No. So you engage in conversation to help influence some things that should occur in the relationship that really makes the relationship work. And the person see that, and then over time they will change. But it got to be according to what they want and not what you want.
It makes me think about also, what if we see those little flags? What if we do see
The red flags.
Yeah.
Red flags, y'all.
Before we get married. What if we do see that? And I think something we need to do, instead of hoping that there will be a change, if we see this up front, we really need to do an assessment. Is this something that I can accept if a change does not occur?
Because I can honestly see that in this clip, if the video game stay at that place and it continues on, divorce is on the horizon.
Over video games.
Over
Why y'all
video
not
game.
divorced?
And it's not the video game itself, it's the lack of time spent with the spouse building your relationship.
Yep, there you go.
Instead of you not building a relationship, you building your skills to be better at video games. Which one is more important?
Yeah.
Your video game's not going to give you anything back.
Yeah.
Do you win any money playing video games? You get
You
awards?
can if you get into gaming, I guess.
You get any trophies?
I don't know about all that. because I'm not into it. That
So the other 99.9% of us, we won't get anything from
no,
it.
y'all
Right?
ain't gonna get nothing.
Yeah, so.
Okay. So there are three major points that we got to understand on if we want to resolve this issue, if we want to move forward in our marriage in a positive way. So the biggest one is communication. Communicate effectively.
Yep.
We have to. Now we're here. Now I realize. You know what? I saw that you were, and please understand the skit is what we're talking about. It's a mere example of the unrealistic expectation, and we're using a video gaming. So now we're in this, and the video game is just too much for me to bear. So now what do? Communicate effectively.
How you feel?
Now why he's playing video games?
Respectfully.
Because obviously he's not paying you any attention.
Right. No, that is not the time to communicate effectively.
Yeah.
And then you still got to have this platform of not having the change occur. Don't have the expectation, because if you have that expectation in your mind, it'll get you frustrated, it get you angry, you'll start arguing, and then the stuff that you won't materialize because you're not communicating effectively, because you have the wrong thought process about the change. You become demanding, and I said in the video, now you're nagging.
Yeah. And while you're expressing, and communicating effectively about the point, you got to be mindful about not being superficial, like just something that doesn't make any sense. Like, for example, when we talked about now your husband may want your boobs to be enhanced. So really,
say that again.
Your boobs to be enhanced. Really, is that really something to be
I want
going
you to
back
have bigger
and forth
boobs.
About? Really,
What's the other one?
Why are you loving this person?
Bigger butt.
Yeah, I don't know about all that.
Bigger booty.
But just
a
that.
man like that too, Charlie.
Yeah, but you got to keep in mind also about someone's self-esteem, that you want to break down your spouse that way. Why did you get married? Unless you got married for the wrong reason.
Wait, maybe I got married. I can influence you after the marriage to get bigger.
Go.
In places I want you to get bigger at.
Right. and we want to communicate in a lovingly way.
That is correct, because there was no communication in the skit in a loving way. There was not. Another thing, you can look at compromise in some areas and stuff. Look at the clip of the video game. Don't demand your husband to not play video games anymore, but you can reduce the amount of times that he's playing video games.
Yeah, because I want to know why, though.
Why what?
Why are you playing video games so much? It could be a stress reliever.
Video games are becoming addicted. And you're trying to achieve whatever the goals in the video game, in these higher levels and kills and all that other stuff. So it's time consuming. Then you're trying to get it accomplished, and next thing you know, you've been on the video game 1, 2, 3 hours and stuff. Don't even realize it.
Yeah, compromise is definitely big with that. Definitely going to have to do that. So, also, all right. So the communication effectively. Okay. Next, we want to forgive faults. Number 2, communicate effectively was number 1. Number 2 is forgive faults. And when we talk about forgiving faults, it's more so that your spouse has this issue, right? And we don't want to come down on the person the way
like you did in the clip.
Yeah.
You make me feel bad too. You should look on my face. I put the video game down.
Yeah. Whatever your spouse is going through, you want to be forgiving with that on both sides. You want to forgive me, but I want to be forgiving and understand and know that you have an issue. You have an addiction issue with this gaming. So if that's the problem. So, and also with forgiving faults about the leadership issue. If you weren't raised that way, you didn't see that.
You didn't know it.
I can't fault you for that, like in that way, This is who you were. This is what you knew growing up.
Yeah, because if you don't forgive, then you attack.
Yes.
You don't want to attack your partner because they're going to defend their position. Why can't I play this video game? I was playing the video game before we got married. What's wrong with it now? The more defense mechanism to keep doing what I was doing and not really listening to what you want. And what you want is spend time with your husband.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay, and the third point, we want to love patiently. Oh,
what's that about?
We want to practice patience in what we're dealing with. I know the clip talks about the video. I like to go back about the leadership issue or how the spouse is being raised. We got to be patient with this, because if a change is going to happen, which change can happen, it's going to require us to be patient.
Patient and understanding.
Right.
Understand of the
gonna
thought
require
process
us to
that
be
patience
patient.
is slow. It's not an overnight thing. Okay.
No, it's not.
And you come from a place, like I said earlier, you come from a place of influencing and not forcing someone to do something you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
That does not work, because I'm going to resist the force.
Right. Even under that, we want to keep in mind how God sees marriage, what the expectation God has for us to do exactly what he says we should do. And that we should trust him, and that we should bring our problems or our issues before him and not try to do it on our own. That's kind of where we want to be at with that, because God is going to help us navigate the way we should.
So you should be praying about the situation.
Should be praying about the
right?
situation.
You want to spend more time with your husband. That should be part of your prayer. Mm-hmm. God help us in this area, because if you want to spend more time with your husband, it takes two. In this situation, you got to get off the video game. And not completely. There should be some room for him to still play the video game, but not such at a level where now it's creating negative feelings in you about us and spending time together and building our relationship and making it work and communicate and having fun with your spouse. Mm-hmm. You didn't get married to have fun with the video game.
Well, no.
I'm going to get married to have fun with the video game, y'all. Yay! No, you got married so you can have fun with your spouse and enjoy each other's company. Make each other laugh.
So let me put in this one last scripture here that really brings some of this all together. It's Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him. Because our own understanding, we won't understand it the right way, or what we're going through, or how we should navigate these issues and make our marriage fruitful.
Yeah, that's a really powerful scripture, because it illustrates that God knows everything and we don't.
Right.
So we don't want to try to lean on our understanding. Lean on the understanding of someone that knows everything and all things, and we're not that person.
That's right.
Right. So the understanding, we trying to understand with someone that knows everything, understand everything, we're getting away with trusting God.
Right. So thank you guys. Great discussion. Again, so you have just watched RC, that is the Relationship Connection. If you would like to learn more about us, check us out on our website at firstfocusfaith.com or our social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube.
And of course, don't forget to help support this ministry by making a contribution to our Cash App at First Focus Faith. And also, if you're watching by demand, click the donate button below. If you're watching by YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment. Do it all, y'all.
See you again next week.